Wow, wow, wow. What an evening. Hello, everyone. My goodness. My goodness. Already 20th of February. And you know what? If you are celebrating Eid, I want to say congratulations. Solid 30 days of fasting. You need to tell us how you did it. But you know what? Don't let me get distracted. My name is Toyin. I run a successful digital business. And here with me, I have seasoned digital entrepreneur. I am challenging them, okay, because they're going to be bringing to you nugget tips, their story, their challenges, what turned around their story, their digital story so far. So you're in. Yes, if you are eating salad meat or salad jollof rice, just hold on. Bring paper, bring biro. Yes, because you're going to be taking a lot from this story. Now, let me start with the first person. You may be wondering, who are these ladies? I will allow each person to do their introduction and to tell us how they started their digital journey, the why, the challenges, what are the red flags, how they were able to surmount all those challenges because these are high flyers. By the way, I am originally from Nigeria. I'm in the UK with my family. I run a successful digital business. All right. I'm a trained accountant. I'm a treasurer, yes, and an auditor as well. But all of that I've taken a backseat because this digital business is delivering. Let me go straight to one of my Salah celebrating sisters, Sister Kemi. I know. So, pardon, let me put it out there because we're celebrating Salah. You may be hearing, some little celebration drink from her end. It's because 30 days has not been easy. Fasting, but today is celebration. So Sister Kim is going to be taking us on her journey, her challenges, and how she's been able to run her own successful digital business. Take a listen.
Thanks so much, sis. Emmanuel. Thanks so much, sis. Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are watching me from, or watching us from, rather. My name is Uluwakemi Ayeni, originally from Nigeria, but currently living in Belgium with my immediate family member. I'm a healthcare profession. Thank you. I work in the healthcare sector. So thank you. So by profession, I'm a healthcare worker. So I'm a mom, a wife, and that is me in short. So my story, why did I venture into online digital business, and I'm going to share a bit emotional story because though I've shared it several times, I work in the health sector and permanent night, and I have another job, which is agency job that I do to support my permanent job because that was not full time. At times, out of 24 hours, I do work 18 hours. And whenever my children are going to sport or any appointment, I have to be begging other parents to help me drop them. So it got a point I was embarrassed, ashamed, begging all the time. So it looked somehow. And on a one fateful day, I was coming back from long night shift and I was behind the wheel and I dozed off. And I met myself at the other side of the road. But luckily, there was no oncoming car. And it was just that something just tapped me. And I woke up. I said, wow. I quickly switched my hand back. So that was my turning point. Because when I got home that day, I said, no, I can't continue living my life this way. Something has to change. And fortunately, I came across an ad on Facebook. It was an ad of a fellow Nigerian living in France. I heard her telling a story as well, how she and husband used to exchange children at the bus station, the train station. While she is going, the husband is coming home, and that was how they were living their life for several years. I said, "Oh, my own has not reached this one." So the story, I resonated to this with the story. I said, "Okay, let me ask." Then I called her. I find out now said she told me about how I can register, and the rest is easy. And since then, Few months after I joined the business, I was able to drop the two jobs and I got another one. And I choose when I worked, how I want to work the hours, unlike before that I used to juggle the two paychecks together. Now I have time to see to my children, to see to what truly matters to me. Apart from the earning, the personal development on this journey, it's immeasurable because I've seen a drastic changes in my lifetime, in my life. I have time to take my children to sports, to go out with them, and I have time to take care of myself as well. Unlike before, today is Saturday, as Sister Tony said earlier, when you can be hearing the spoon and everything in the background. Unlike before, by now I will have been at work. Coming back, just sleep. It's normal. It's same routine. Sleep, work, go to sleep, work, coming home. Most times then I was a raising mom, not a present one. And I used to nag a lot because every little thing gets me irritated. So I'll just be shouting. The children at times they'll be asking themselves, did you offend mama? Why is he shouting? Why is he doing this? But thank God all our history. So the business has helped me to develop myself, to get extra multiple streams of income and to balance my life and the work. So I don't longer juggle paychecks unlike before. So that is it briefly for me. Thank you, sis.
Wow, wow, what a story. You know, this month is dedicated to celebrating women globally. And if you are a woman, you are listening to this, and your story is similar to this, and I do understand and I appreciate the fact that we want to be a present mom. We want to do things that are important to us. We want to be available to people who are important to us. But at the same time, you have a career, you have a job, just move closer. By the time we go around the room, you will see a solution. I bet you will see a solution among these ladies. Thank you so much and happy Salah once again. Now, let me go straight all the way to Italy. Yes, we're going to be hearing the story of another vibrant digital entrepreneur, a woman I respect so much, a role model. Sister Clementina, do you want to take it away?
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, my name's Clementine Mutono, as you've heard. My name is Clementine. I come from Kenya and I live here in Italy. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I run this online digital business as a side hustle. Besides that, I am a cook by profession. Right now, you know me. Yeah, so how I began this journey. There is a time I used to work. I'm talking of the time because I have been changed. I'm different person. Yeah. Before this business, I used to work night shift. I am talking of only night shifts from Monday to Friday, working all the nights from to be specific. I used to work from 9:30 to 6 in the morning. You know, that was very challenging. I used to be a sleeping mom, if I may call it a sleeping mom, because at night I was working. In the morning when I come, I pick my child, I take to school, and then come to sleep. And then I go again to lunchtime. I pick my son, and I bring him home. I give him food, and I get back to sleep. So literally, my life was just sleeping. I was there with my son, but I was sleeping. I wasn't present in my son's life. Yeah, I thought of this thing. How will this life continue like that? Until when will it continue? Until I go to how do you call it, to retirement? Then I thought to myself, I have to find something to change this life. And it was then when I had everywhere everybody was talking about working online, but still that brought me to some questions. I didn't have computer experience or computer knowledge, or I wasn't a computer guru. I was thinking, how will I work online? I was interested, yes, to work online, but I didn't have those skills. So I thought to myself, am I going to do this? But I listened very careful to one of an advert that I found during the time I was investigating, trying to find something that I can do online, even if I didn't have the knowledge. But I had the motivation, I had instincts that I can do something online. So when I listened to that ad, it was about a mother, a single mom who was taking care of two little girls. And she was working part time as she was taking care of the kids. And as she explained the story, it resonated with me because she did mention that you don't have to have computer skills. And that was my greatest fear. So I headed up, signing up to that website she presented, and we started communicating. She was a mentor and she's my mentor now. And I did my due diligence and found that the business she was talking about is something that is doable. And that's how I joined this business. I'm glad I joined that business. Now I have a business that has my name tag on it, something that belongs to me. And first of all, the business, apart from the income, it has changed my mindset. It has changed my life, how I view things. And it has made me cut down the hours that I used to work only night shift, like I've mentioned. Now I cut down the hours. I am present fully. I'm not a always sleeping mom like I used to sleep. Right now it's 6 o'clock here in Italy. Those times I was again sleeping, waiting for 8 o'clock to wake up to take shower and go to work. But as you can see, I'm very much awake because I have changed my way of living. I'm present to my family. I'm there for my son. I'm never sleeping as I used to sleep. Yeah, so I encourage you to check out this business. I'm going to end there. Back to you, Sis Toyin.
What a story. What a story. You see, they said the champion, if you want to know their secret, is in their story. We have a mom that is always nagging. Now she's all smile, relaxed, beautiful. We have a sleeping mom. Now she's relaxed, she's enjoying her child, she's enjoying everything. I said, by the time we're around this table, you will be able to connect. No matter the stage you are, no matter the level you know about technology, we will meet you at the very point where you are. Everybody you're seeing on your screen, we are trained as mentor. We will start with you. We will help you structure and we help you to commence. That is what we are trained for. But you know what? I'm going to go to the next person. I call her my darling since from another country. Yes, oh, from another country. Christy girl, do you want to please tell us what is your story? What are the turning points? And apart from that, what challenge have you faced and you've been able to overcome in your digital journey? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toyin. Oh, that's quite interesting today to meet my business partners, my sisters from another mother. My name is Christy Girl Zanele Makubalo. I come from Zimbabwe, Lower Gwelo to be precise. I live here in England. I came a few years back with my family. I'm a mom of 3 boys, and I'm also a nurse. And above all, I'm a digital entrepreneur as well. I'm the CEO of God Digital with Christy Girl. I'm so excited to call myself a CEO because I manage my business. You know what? I came from a long way. When I came to this country, I thought I had it all. I promised everyone when I got the job, got the visas, everything was set. I promised all my relatives that our problems were over. And I thought we are done. No more suffering because I've got the breakthrough. When I got here, bills started piling up, everything, things changed. You know, no one tells you exactly what it means because they are scared of discouraging us to come over. So when you get here, I wasn't excluded as well on the disadvantages. You know, the bills, they get paid and they pile up every time. And the immigration, you know, it's very expensive. So when we were paying the immigration, that was so expensive at that time. My turning point came when one of my siblings became unwell back home in Zimbabwe. As I am the breadwinner, he was involved in a car accident and needed urgent operation, and the bill was so huge. And you know, I didn't have the money because it was after paying the immigration after 5 years. So I was in debt already. So, you know, I had no choice because everyone was looking up to me that we were going to save him. We're given 24 hours to raise the money. I had to go into debt. I went to the bank, got a credit card. We paid for the surgery. I'm glad I did that. However, after that, I had to work back to back, trying to cover the credit card, paying the minimum balance, struggling. You know, I overworked myself. I had to pick kids from school, and I also had to be present for my children, but I was not a present mom. It was too far from it because I was always working back to back, going to work, coming back. Had no time to travel. If I think of traveling, I would think it would be a waste of money because it would be more debt again. So I never traveled. It was just paying bills and paying debts, and of course, sending money back home. So I thought, I think I needed to do something because I was, I'm in my almost mid-40s and I had no plan for retirement. After working for 20 years, I had nothing in my savings for retirement. So I sat down with myself and thought, this has to change. I came across an advert on Facebook talking about this business. That it is good for anyone who is working. I had to do a due diligence to find out if it was legit. I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I joined. You know, sleeping, at home, when you sleep without, stress, without any anxiety, you sleep well and wake up in the morning rested. But then if you have a lot going on, you do not sleep well at all because that anxiety, the blood pressures, everything, it was really something else. So I started sleeping, knowing that I have a business that's running in the background. I'm so excited I did this for myself because now I'm creating time for my family. Now I've traveled to, I can count a few countries that I've traveled. I'm yet to travel more. I'm so glad I did that. I think there's quite a lot that I've benefited out of this business. I can talk and talk and talk and never finish. I can hand over now to Toyin.
Wow. You know, as African, especially if you are in diaspora, the expectation is real. From Zimbabwe to Kenya to Nigeria to Cameroon to Ghana, the expectation from home, the moment you cross that Obodo Ibo, like we call it from my village, the expectation is that every month you're bringing something, you're building a house, you're helping a child to pay school fees, you are doing burial ceremony. That expectation, health bills, they are there. But we know how it is. The abroad is not what you need to do. You need to exchange your hours for money. But this digital business brings a diversity. It brings a different narration to it. You don't need to exchange your hour. If I work 1 hour, they pay me minimum wage of £12. How much? Or if I work this. Now, automation helps. You can extend your business in any way. And that's what Christy Girl just made mention of. She was able to totally pay off a debt, establish a business, and then begin to live the quality life that she has always dreamed of. Now, my darling sis, this is one of the people, I look forward to in this business. A woman of faith, a mother, a wife, a Nigerian, somebody that she has gotten to a level that by examples she can even navigate any form of challenge. So I'm calling on Sister Mary. You will briefly tell us your story, but most importantly, I want you to speak to women that are listening to us, because I know she's a counselor as well. You're going to be talking to women, diverse, story, but it's the same bottom line. You want to keep your home, you want to keep your head, your health, and you want to earn legitimately. As a counselor, Sister Mary, do you want to help us? What will you say to our ladies listening?
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Mary. I live in the United Kingdom with my family, and I'm a retired midwife. I'm a pastor's wife. Not a pastor, a pastor's wife. What do I have to say to people who are listening to me? Just as everybody has been hearing it from all our panelists, everybody have come a long way, different stories. Me personally, I'm that girl that left, motherland to come to Obodo Yibo, like our hosts call it, or what we call it back in Africa, for a better life. You have everything, your career, you have a thriving career, and then you are thinking, okay, once you hit the shore of, United Kingdom, America, Belgium, wherever, everything will just turn to gold. You're good to go. No, it wasn't. My story was one of those that, with everything and everything, you just get rejection. It was as if everything you know how to do was nothing. Your certificate didn't amount to anything. That alone is enough to kill your spirit. That alone is enough to give you mental health, challenges. But did I allow that to hold me back? No. So with the help of God and my husband understanding, I had to then go back and then do, what we call retraining. We have to retrain to be able to work, as medical people here in my country where I am. So that was what I did. And then it was just back to back. But even at that, no matter how much you earn, it was as if something was just taking the money. You look back, the money is gone. And then you're thinking to yourself, are you not working enough? Bills keep mounting. And the experience was actually completely opposite what I was actually looking forward to. Coming from my country where nobody forces you to pay anything, right? You make your money, put it in your pocket. If you like, pay electric bill. If you like, pay water rate. It's your business, right? Here, everything before the money hits your account, right, guys? Everything has gone. You're basically looking at what you have left. You're thinking to yourself, how am I going to live and survive on this? That will not drive me now to go and look for bank shift, agency work, just what? To subsidize the income, right? So for anybody watching this and you're going through this at the moment, it is relatable. I can feel your pain. I can relate with you. But what you never, actually plan is what you're actually going through, because a lot of us didn't process it until when we actually find ourselves in it. But with the help of God, we all pull through. And if you're going through the same thing, with the help of God, you will surely pull through, because when God sends you a helper, when God sends you something that can help you, it's good to listen and follow that inner, when you have that inner instinct, that says to you, oh, try this thing out. It might just be God speaking. It might just be a way. Don't ignore it. That is the same thing I did, right? I saw this ad, just like one of my panelists here was saying earlier. It was also just ad. Oh, this ad is everywhere on social media. This woman was speaking passionately how she came to the UK, and it was just back to back, juggle children. She was just doing everything she was doing. Nothing was working, right? Nothing was working. She was out of pocket. They were in debt. They couldn't pay their bills. And she found the ad that she watched, and then she started this online business. So I listened. Okay, so I was listening to her and I said, oh, okay. But initially, it didn't actually sound as if it was actually genuine, because I called them all sorts of names. Oh, these people, they've come again. Because before then, prior to that, I have actually involved in, online business. That didn't work. So for me, when she was just talking, I said, it's one of those things they've started again. These people, they are scammers, they are this. There's no knowing I didn't call this business. But what actually gave me a second look was after COVID. Something shifted. During COVID, everybody, it was as if the world was in standstill. Nothing was moving. Everybody was at home. You were looking for what else can you do? How are you going to survive? People were scaring, they were scared of their life. Like me, as a medical, I was scared. How many times did I caught COVID, right? Some people nearly died, and I watched my colleague died. I was I was completely devastated. And I said to myself, this cannot be life. You can't carry on like this. And then to make the matter worse, the retirement age was now increased from what we used to think, what we used to know, to 65, 67. I was like, seriously? When are we going to actually start enjoying this money that we're working for? That was my turning point. And I said, no. Then I had to now go back. I started going through online again. And then I found another ad talking about this same business. That was when I said, okay, let me come in and have a look and see what this business is all about. That was when I started giving it attention. And today, that's why I said, when you hear the voice of God, when he said, this is the way, follow it. Don't turn your back. Don't turn deaf ear to it. Don't say, oh, it's one of those things. I did it, but God brought it back again the second time. I was favored. So if you're the one listening to this, your story might not be like mine. You might not actually find it again. Maybe this is your own opportunity as well, to plug yourself into this, life-saving opportunity that we found online. So when I then found this business, I did my due diligence, I researched into it, I checked everything, because I have already said I'm not going to retire at 67. I want, a plan B. So I then started this business. And today, I was able to take that early retirement last year. If I had not listened to that inner voice that said, check this out, maybe today I would still be struggling, working, stressing, rushing out to go and do bank shift, to go and do agency work, saying yes, ma, to people that you shouldn't even be saying yes, ma, to, right? And they'll be rubbing it on your face. You'll be swallowing it, right? Because you don't have any other means of paying your bills. And you cannot even say anything back because, when you say something, it might backfire. But today, I'm a boss of my own. I love Crystal Girl. She called herself CEO God Digital. This is me. I am a CEO. And it's this business that's given me that boldness to proclaim this. So if you're watching us, this is an opportunity. Follow that instinct. Follow that call, because this might just be God speaking to you. God bless you all. Thank you.
Wow. I mentioned it. I told you when we started that we are in for a ride. All right, to wrap this up, everyone on your screen are all certified mentor and they are CEO. So we will keep our lines open because we want to replicate the role of CEO in you. As you're watching us, no matter where you are, no matter your excuse, no matter the challenge, no matter where you are, just send us a DM. Our website is on that screen you're watching, okay? Said, I too want to become a CEO. You know what that means? I want to become a digital entrepreneur. I want to have, a business that I can either have it as a side hustle, because professionals are doing this. My own mentor, she's a medical doctor. She's a medical doctor, a GP in UK, and she's still doing a regular job. Some people are, stay-at-home parent. No matter what profile you are, it is not an issue. We will navigate the way with you. So as many that want to become a CEO, digital entrepreneur, all you need to do, just put it in the chat, that same page you're watching, that you know what, I want to have a conversation with you. And the beautiful thing is that our conversation are one-on-one. We don't do everybody. We will take time, because with the comfort that we have through this digital business, we want to share it with you. All you need to do, just put it in the chat. I am interested. Or let me keep it simple. Just put CEO. That is going to be our code word. Just put it CEO, so that when we see that word CEO, we will reach out to you so that we can take you on the journey. And by the time we're celebrating next year women, because every month of March is dedicated to celebrating women, yourself, You'll be part of this conversation. You say, oh, I saw them. They were talking. And I click, and I put in that I want to be a CEO. And now, 12 months down the line, here I am. And that is the story we want to replicate. Ladies, it's been it's been wonderful. I do hope that every word that we have said today, like Sister Mary said, that you will take that step of faith. You will take that leap. And the beautiful thing, there is even a trial period. If you're not sure, this thing, is it my thing? This thing, I don't want to show my face. I don't know what to do. Let's give you a 30 days trial. Send that was CEO. When we contact, you say, I just want to try this thing for 30 days, whether it's for me or not. That flexibility is there as well. So honestly, the ball, as they say, is in your court. Till we come your way again next time, I do hope that you're going to be changing your title from what it is now to a digital CEO. Thank you so very much, everybody. It's been a nice evening, or nice morning, or nice afternoon, and nice Salah celebration. And we're going to be celebrating Easter in a few weeks' time. Till we come your way again, thank you. Be a CEO. See you in the chat. Bye.
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 Bye.